This is Hooked Up.
Been pretty good fishing on this side.
Okay.
I heard of a couple 40-pound fish caught here in the last few days. Not by me personally, but it was a good fish story anyway. It's time to catch fish, boys.
We gotta wake them up a little bit.
We gotta catch something to get the skunk out of the boat.
Yeah. Got some bait fish over there, maybe.
Come on, fish.
So this is the way it usually goes, huh, Tom?
Well, you know, it's fishing. There's fishing and then there's catching. This is the fishing part. We'll get them. They're around. Just gotta find them. Nothing's a sure thing.
Brains or brawn? I think brains are gonna win every time. They'll figure out a way to solve the problem.
So, Randy, you clearly had a tremendous amount of success in the ring. Why you? What did you attribute it to? What were you doing differently than this sort of guy you were fighting?
I learned through the sport of wrestling that it was about work.
Okay.
And work ethic and you know, being willing to outwork your opponents.
Right.
And also try to take a little more cerebral approach to the sport. It's problem solving.
Okay.
And that guy poses a certain problem.
Sure.
I got to figure out the best way to solve that problem.
I just find it so interesting that you didn't start fighting until you were 34. Did people tell you to try to talk you out of it, say it's too late for you? And you know,
outside of my mother, you know, I tried to box when I was young too.
Okay.
And she's like, no, you're not. You can do whatever you want, but you're not boxing. And now she jokes, she's like, I should have just let you box then. You'd have got it out of your system. But yeah, I definitely got that wild-eyed look like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
But I'd been wrestling since I was 10 years old. And so for me, MMA was just an extension of wrestling.
So you were more comfortable on the floor than kicking and punching?
Traditionally, yeah. I learned the other things because I had to. You know, you'd have a glaring weakness, somebody's going to point it out to you, and it's not usually much fun.
Yeah, I can imagine. How much does fear sort of come into it? Did you fear your opponent going in?
We all have that little bit of fear. It's motivating. If you're not scared of it at all, then you're probably a sociopath of some sort. So I think that you need that little bit of fear. Forces you to do the work.
Going into a fight, what's the mindset? What are you focused on? What are you thinking of sort of right before that fight starts? Staying
as calm and relaxed as you can. And everybody's wired a little different and deals with kind of the adversity of competition a little different. But for me, it was just staying relaxed, enjoying the moment. You have your guys around you. It's your chance to go out and show exactly what you trained to do and what skills you've developed. And so kind of enjoying that was what it was for me. You visualize and prepare mentally for that first contact, and then from then on, it's purely action and reaction. You're reacting to what your opponent does.
I mean, were you willing to go in and knowing that you're going to take a few punches to get close enough? Is that part of the game? Just kind of
you got to make friends with it. I don't care how good you are, you're going to get hit.
Exactly. You're going to get hit.
Yeah.
Come on, fish. Water's just not moving right now. Slack tide. As soon as the water starts to drop out and it starts moving, then the bait can't hide. Right now, the bait, they can swim freely because there's not a lot of current. So they can avoid the predators. And the predators know that, so they don't even bother feeding right now. But as soon as that tide starts moving and the bait gets jumbled up, the big fish will come out. And we will get them. That's the theory. It's just a theory.
Knockout or submission? I think submission. A guy can land a lucky punch and get a knockout, but a submission is a very tactical and technical thing to do.
You announced that you were retiring before your last fight, right?
Yes, I did. Win or lose, that was going to be the last one.
What was the sort of idea behind that as opposed to just, announcing it after the fight?
Part of it was just me making it public that it was going to be the last one, so there's no backing out.
Got it.
You win, and I'll say, well, maybe I shouldn't retire.
All right, one more.
And
but a lot of people come out of retirement.
I did that once too. I mean, I came out of retirement and won the heavyweight championship again. So yeah, it was probably the right thing to do.
Right.
I think I retired for the wrong reasons the first time. I'd just gone through a really kind of bad divorce, and just had a lot of stuff going on and didn't feel like myself, and just wasn't getting the job done and needed a break. The dust settled after about a year, and I thought, you know what, I still want to compete. Ended up getting an opportunity to go back in and compete again, and it went well. I came out, won that fight, won a couple others after that, and yeah, and I think in the last part of my career, I was as active as I'd ever been. I think in the last 18 months of my fight career, I fought 5 times, which is a lot.
Yeah. So you're done now?
Done.
Done.
Yeah.
See that bald eagle there? We got a lot of them around here now.
Looks like he's got a fish in his talons.
It's good to see them. Right, 20 years ago, man, that was a rare thing to see an eagle. Osprey too. They're all over the place now.
Sly Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger? I think we'll have to go with Rambo over the Governator.
What did you watch growing up? Were you a fan of action?
Oh, absolutely.
Back then, or?
Absolutely.
Who was your favorite action star?
Well, I've always been a huge Clint Eastwood fan. I used to watch all the spaghetti westerns with my dad, and I just, you know, he had the soundtracks in his car, and I mean, those were great movies. As I got older and into my teens, you know, Rambo and Conan the Barbarian, all the Die Hard stuff, all that stuff those were the movies we all talked about.
So when you were a kid wrestling and going to the movies, you ever think in a million years that you'd be up there on the screen doing it?
No, it's not something I ever saw myself doing.
Did wrestling sort of give you that confidence to go up there and tackle that as well?
I think being involved in the individual combative sports developed a particular character for sure, that especially walking out in that arena in nothing but your trunks in front of 20,000 people, getting up in that cage all by yourself. Everything else after that kind of pales in comparison. But wrestling was certainly a big start of that. But I think, to be honest, being involved in the first season of The Ultimate Fighter, in that reality show where for 60 straight days I wore a microphone and had a camera in my face. And the first week it feels weird, and you're like, man. And then after the first week, you're so engrossed in what you're doing, you just forget. And you kind of get used to it. And I really think that helped me when it then came time to act.
Hey, Tom, I just talked to a buddy of mine. He just hooked one over here. Let's take a ride across the flats where we just came from.
Sounds good. Yeah, we just left there, of course.
Just left there, of course. He's just hooked.
Let's go back.
Said it's a big fish, too.
Big fish? All right. I like
take any size fish.
I like big fish. I like small fish. I like red fish, blue fish. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay. We're going to get hooked up.
Let's go. So what's next? You have some charities you're working on?
Yeah, I started a nonprofit about 5 years ago for wounded soldiers to recognize the patriotism and all the things that they stand for.
Don't miss me and all my fishing adventures on Hooked Up. Hit the subscribe button.